So I caught this mouse in a live trap, but he didn't stay alive very long for whatever reason. Maybe some trauma. Kind of feel bad. That's the whole idea behind a live trap, is to relocate him. Cute little guy. All right, I am filming with my cell phone because my GoPro is dead. GoPros are the literal worst cameras in the world, yet they're also the best cameras in the world. It's amazing the amount of engineering that has gone in to make something that's such a pile of junk, yet so insanely perfect. Oh well, we work with what we got. So I'm taking the motorhome to the dump station. As you saw earlier, it's 29 degrees, foggy. If you are in Grand County or in Granby and trying to watch the solar eclipse, sucks to be you. Better luck dumping your motorhome, I suppose. Anyway, we're gonna go dump the motorhome. See how that goes. Well, we're draining. As you can see, I left the engine running. They heat the cabin up, which is kind of a problem for me, because this is right where the exhaust is. Ooh, and that stinks too. And it looks like I got a leak in my pipe. Oh God, it smells bad. That's what happens when you don't dump right away. Bad form. Well, it'd be way more cool to watch the solar eclipse if we weren't socked in by pea soup. But we work with what we got, so let's check it out. Okie dokie! Well, you can see the fog's burnt off, and I'm continuing with the winterization. I drained the tanks on the motorhome, and now we are flushing the air line, or we're purging the water lines using air. So I got my tank set up. Got it set, 35, 40-ish pounds, air. Jeff let me borrow his flushing line. And basically, I'm using air to flush all the water out. Am I doing it right? No clue. I think so. But we seem to be pushing water out, all right. Whoa! I was not expecting that. Good thing I caught that though. I didn't use it, but there's water in it. Alright, so I'm going to try something here. I've got the upper A-arms I need to put the uniballs in. And I'm kind of lazy, I don't want to use my press. So if you put things like bearings and uniballs and other things with races and whatnot, tight tolerance fits in a freezer, and then that other part in an oven or something like that, the temperature differential is usually enough to let it slide in fairly easily. I don't know the rate of expansion of steel. I know aluminum is greater than steel, at least in theory. But freezers, when running well, are 0 degrees, right? So I was like, well, shoot. If freezer works, let's try dry ice. Dry ice, I think, is 100 degrees below zero. So probably should have opened these earlier. Not really. Doesn't just drop right in. but I think it would. But there's some abnormality in the steel. Chalk that up to poor prep work on my part. I'm out in the shop. This time I have proper tools. And I've done some prep work. So hopefully this can go real nice. Ooh, frosty. That is not going real nice. I'm gonna have to put it on the press. Bummer. All right. See, I've got it here in my press. We're pressing in just like the Lord intended. Yep. I thought I was gonna get all smart with the dry ice trick. Granted, they did go in really smooth with the press, but they would have done that anyway. That's like 60 tons over there. So, I think the dry ice trick will work really great if I'm doing differential setup where one piece is in the oven or the boiling oil and the other piece is in the dry ice. Otherwise, we'll stick to conventional practice. But I swear, the older I get, the softer I get. I caught a mouse. And back in the day, I would have taken this mouse and killed him. But now I can't bring myself to kill him. There's too much sadness in the world. So we're gonna let him go down here by the river. One. There we go. Freaking too much sadness. All right, I'm at my local parts store and proof that society has forgotten how to read. Please don't drop batteries off here. Bring them to pallet behind the white shed. Whoop! What do we got here? Oh my. Oh my. Seriously, people? And that's why we can't have nice things. All right, current situation. I am in Golden at the O'Reilly's Auto Parts with Tom Prendergast, Fire River Racing, and Jeff Bachman. Jeff and I came down to the city earlier to do some errands and whatnot, and then guess what? Heading back up the interstate, my alternator died. So Tom dragged me down here to O'Reilly's. Got a new alternator right there. We're gonna put it on. My life is cursed with alternator issues. All right, so we have the new alternator in here, and we're almost ready to go home. But every time I've gone to the city or through anywhere in the mountains, I've had some sort of failure. Freaking ridiculous. Oh well. I mean, we could be going to Comic-Con and my furry costume would have fleas. I mean, there's those problems. So we'd be thankful for the problems we have. And we're almost back on the road. And Tom can go home and take a nap instead of hanging out here waiting for me to get done.
I want to see welding again.
No more welding. All right, so I went to the city the other day. I went to pick this up. It's a really nice toolbox by Habor Freight, their Yukon line. Real nice, right? Well, I brought it up the mountain. I lost my alternator. I put a new alternator in. I got this down here in the shop. I opened it up, mind you. Brand new, never been opened before. Completely in its packing material, its crate. No keys. Everything. All locked up tight. I can't open the drawers to put the external handles on. I can't open the drawers to get the casters out. I'm assuming maybe there's some instruction manuals in there somewhere, but there's no keys. I went through each piece of packing material and trash with a fine-tooth comb looking, nothing, locked tight as a drum. So I called Habor Freight customer service. What do you think they told me? They said they would send me a new lock and tumbler kit because they couldn't send me the same keys. And I said, well, excuse me, but that doesn't help because the drawers are still locked. You have to open the drawers to change them. And you know what she said? This is from a Habor Freight representative. She told me, and I quote, "Oh, you're gonna have to drill it out so you can open it to replace it. It's real easy. You can look up a video on YouTube." Wow. Yes, I know I can look up a video on YouTube. I know I can do all that, but I paid good money for a nice new fancy thing. I don't want to get that answered. Anyway, I got lockpicked. I got Gatorade. Oh, and by the way, man, my bad shoulder, I can't do that. By the way, my favorite Gatorade is lime cucumber. I do not like Gatorade Zero. Oh well. So anyway, I'm gonna take my lockpicking tools and I'm gonna attempt to pick the locks before I actually drill it. It looks pretty easy in the movies, and I have actually successfully picked a few locks, but they've all been very old, worn out locks. So we'll see if my skills can get this sucker open. From that little exercise. I am not Jason Bourne. So we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna drill it out. Don't mind if I do. Well, there's no keys in here. They just forgot to put them in all together. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed following along my brief struggle to get inside my Yukon toolbox. We're in. I can put the casters on. I can put my tools in it. It's a good evening. Yep, that was Mercury. Anyway, I'm heading down to Havasu. I'm gonna fuel for a bunch of guys. We're not racing. Dumpster Fire Off-Road's not racing this time because there's too many broken body parts on its team members. So this time I'm gonna fly solo and fuel for people. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. Get ready for winter. And I will see you all around like a donut.